Danny on communicating with players and how important it's been this preseason. Hello and welcome to this video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people, faith and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit our notification bell to let you know when videos go live. If we can get to around 100 likes per video, that'd be fantastic. If higher, even better. So it'd be really good. It helps with just pushing it out there. So, Sheffield Wednesday manager Danny will have been speaking about how they used a lot of the time in preseason, not just to work on stuff off on the pitch, but things off the pitch, like talking to players, how they communicate, having more meetings, being able to be around a lot of each other. It's something that the people who were out there, media, Rob, Alex, Joe, all spoke about having the kind of situation for where they will be really heavily talking to them and having conversations as a staff, not just Danny, but the staff in general. He goes, we try to have conversations during the season, sometimes on the pitch or sometimes in my office, but now in preseason, especially now, here we have time in the afternoon to make for the conversation. It's important, not just as a manager who will speak, it should be the people around that take responsibility. We have a schedule with each player and know when they need to talk. This is what I tell them. They can you can then develop this. You need a relationship with your assistant coach and your player. This makes things easier. Maybe they find it easier to speak with an assistant coach than to a manager. This is normal. I think this is the reason I have a good staff around me. We need this. You can't do everything. And I think this is something that was very well mentioned, that what we had was that we had Danny at one point, or people in around who would just go to, say, Darren or Carlos. It would just be, they'd go straight to Gaffer and then you wouldn't have time to do anything. And kind of, and I think he got the right team around him who got the experience of being in management roles to know what's needed, or in coaching roles. It helps. Again, I still think having a sports psychologist in Sasha Lenz is still one of the most useful tools we got. But having Hendrik been a manager, with Powell been a manager, people who know what that side of the game like helps as well to speak to players. He goes on to say you cannot go away from training and go home. We have to use that time first. It's different. It is different. Sometimes tactical and sometimes the human side. To have talks with young or new players, that we do this in camp. We have meetings every day with the team, and and with the individuals, we use this time as well. Excuse me. And the thing I got here, it's very important, which he just said, the human side of it. There is a part of the football side that you understand, you get, but you got to remember people are human, and I think you have to have that human connection as a manager to get the best out of someone. If a player coming to say, hey, I've got an issue at home at minute, like say something, I've just had a newborn baby, I'm not sleeping well, Gaffer, that's just what I'm dealing with. Maybe they try and help you do something. Maybe they go, look, after they go get your head down for a bit, or you know what, it could be something adapted, saying, get your head down here for a bit and go with that. But I think there's a bit of trying to understand what's going on in players' heads, because there might be a reason why said player not playing well. You ask them what it is, they tell you. Or they tell the assistant or another coach, kind of thing. It's that kind of relationship they need. And I always think that Danny got that good man management skill to have that. But at the end of the day, we need to make sure we still keep that, because I think that's a huge part of what Danny's got right with getting to know the players and getting to get the best out of them. They trust him, and the players likewise. It go back. Players trust him, manager trust players. It helped build a better relationship. It helps build things going forward. And the thing for me is, if you can build that, have that healthy relationship with players, with the staff, it'll help get more out of everything. And that's the thing. The more we can get out of people, the better. The better performance you can get. You can get to currently giving you 85%, but get the rest of that 100 to 110%, even better. Or you've got someone who gives you 100%, but want to run through that brick wall a little bit more, even better. It's that kind of thing. People react to emotion. People react to how they're felt to. You beat someone in a good way, they'll give you a good performance back. You beat someone in a naff way, they'll go, sod you, I don't like that way you felt to me. So you've got to think of it in that sense. But I like the idea that during the preseason, they've had sit-down conversations and individual players and squads to figure out what's going on. And the more you have that, the better it's going to be for us as a unit going forward. So it'll be interesting to see what those meetings do and if any more meetings happen. But I really like that about what's been going on at the minute, and we've got to keep that going. We have to keep that going, keep that communication with the players and see what happens there. But at the end of the day, Liam Palmer had his testimonial yesterday. Fantastic day for the lad. 0-0. Lacking goals a little bit. Still need to work on that. But if we can get up both through the door, then fantastic. If we can get through the door, brilliant. But we're just playing the waiting game now. And I won't lie, I am getting a little bit sick and tired of talking about Ugbo to the point that we are doing, because I just want the deal to be done now. As much as it's good for the channel, I'd like us to move on to new targets soon, because there's only so much you can keep talking about where you're like, I've done this already, kind of thing, and we'll see what happens. But let's see what happens. We could have players in this week come in, or we could have players not in. Next week's an interesting week though, because it's the week of a game week. It's back to normal schedule kind of thing. We have preview, debrief on the Monday. We'll have the roundup on the Friday. We'll have a press conference with Danny. That'll be back. They may be delayed from October. The October one may be done in the evening. They might not be as soon as they are done, because I've got my little one. So I've got to work around that. But things like that will happen, and we'll be back. But we'll be back to doing previews, reviews, debriefs, press conferences, all the news in between. So the season is pretty much upon us. It's the final week going into the start of the kickoff of the EFL Championship season. And I, for one, can't wait, because I'm very much looking forward to seeing what Danny Rule and this squad does this season. I am very excited for it. Get this striker situation over the line and we'll be golden.